What's good, my YouTube people? It's your boy Joey here with Branch Life. It's cleanup time. My hair's not too crazy long, but I got a little time right now, so I figured might as well go ahead and fade myself up. Need to do a quick little tutorial at it. Um, right now I'm still kind of rocking my Mad Max 2020 mullet. I wanted to clean it up a bit. I think I'm gonna. Normally, it depends what I'm doing on the fade. I'll either start from the lowest guard and fade up, or sometimes, like today, I think I'm gonna do the high guard and work my way down. I think that's kind of the easiest right now while I'm cutting my hair. Like I said, it all depends on the hair type, the texture, and what I'm going for in the fade. So right now I'm just trying to clean this up on this side as well. But I like some of the weight that's here, so that's why I'm going to go in. I think with my my high guard right now, which I think I'm going to start with like a 4.5 guard. If you can kind of see that, I'm using the Andes Master. I've been using Andes for a while now. Nothing personal against Wall. I just acclimated towards these, and I've been using them, and I like them. At some point, who knows? Maybe I'll get crazy and jump into the cordless, which would be really nice. Because there's nothing like, you're cutting, you got a busy day, and your cords are all just tangled, and it's just a mess. And you don't want to damage any of your tools because you pull one out and they're tangled and another set of clippers falls out, which has happened to me. And I broke the blade on my T-outliners that I have by Andes. But anyways, that's here nor there. So I'm going to go through with a 4. And I think I'm going to start, you guys kind of see, I'm going to start in right behind the ear section and kind of build the fade off of that. And as I get towards the top, you guys can kind of see, right there, I'm rocking the guard out. So I use, I use the curve of the guard to help me as I do a rocking up motion. I could go just all the way straight up, but I kind of just like rocking a little bit. It'll give you a little bit more softness, so you kind of get that fade a little bit smoother, more butterier. I'll cut looking into the camera. Which, by doing this, I really need to upgrade my camera, legit. But using my tablet, so much easier just to bust out the tablet and hit record, especially when I'm always on the run. I've been talking to you guys about, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it up and running, and I think I'll do that when the time is right. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna try and change the direction of the river right now. I'm just gonna go with it. And right now this works. We'll see where we're at in a couple months, 6 months, a year. What I'm starting to learn is don't rush it. Don't rush it. Enjoy the process. Learn from the process. And as much as I hate saying this, it's that dumb saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. But it's true. My empire will not be built in a day. Cool beans. We'll go and do this side. Kind of. There, I feel like you could just finish off this side if you want. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try something different today. Just focus on this side, finish it, and then get her done. I'm gonna go for a 4.5 down straight to a 3. As you guys can see, I'm just kind of working behind my ear. I'm working. Like I said, I'm trying to keep that weight a little bit through this section right here, and then we go and fade that up. And it's almost when I cut that side, it's almost kind of by feel now. I just know exactly kind of where I want to keep the machine through. Just kind of go over that, just little back and forth racking motions. Let's see, I can even close my eyes and do it. Learning to do it by feel. All right. So now I'm gonna jump down to. I might do a 1.5. Yeah, I might down to a 1.5. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? Is hit the beard real quick. Going to hit the beard so I can kind of blend the beard in with the fade. That's just how I like to rock it myself. So right through kind of like right here, I just did a 4. And I work my way out. I'm going to do a 3 next. And that's going to start kind of from like here up. And now that I got that kind of faded right through there, I'm going to hit it with like a 1.5 all the way up now. And then I give myself a little space in there to kind of blend it with either the 2.5 or 2, depending on what I need to do. So that's like right, actually, yeah, like boom, right there. I'm going to do a 1.5. See? The same thing, I'm just going to rock it. You guys can see. So, number 1. Bring that behind the ear. So go with then a 2 guard, if you can see that. And just kind of on an angle, blend in. It's almost like when you're cutting scissor over comb, and you cut on an angle. That helps you kind of blend it in. Same thing, same concept with the guard. Just go in there on an angle. And honestly, I'm really just using that part of the clipper. You don't always have to use the whole width of the blade. You just use that little area, that little spot. I'll put the lights up a bit. Well, tad bit brighter in here. And then if I need to go in with the 2 and blend anything, I'll just kind of Go ahead and hit it with the 2.5. There you go. I can even go back and even do just... I'm sure this is in there. Doing a 1 right now, just kind of around the ear, this front part here. See. And then, since we're staying on this side, which I might just finish the other side off camera just so I don't drag through this tutorial, because I don't edit. It's all run and gun. One day I will learn to edit these videos once I get my sit down, podcast. But I'm going to clean underneath the beard, as you can see. It's been a while. For this, I actually use my Andes Fade Master. And the reason I like the Andes Fade Master is because it has the surgical blade on it, so it doesn't have a bevel. And you get a little bit tighter in there, as opposed to the Masters, which you can see it has a bevel on the blade right there. That's why I said that. This is what you would use to really get in a nice blend, a nice buttery fade. If you're trying to get a really tight, bald fade, you would go in with the surgical blade, because obviously that's going to be a lot tighter to the scalp, and it won't have that bevel. That bevel gives you a little bit of give, and that gives you that nice, when you kind of flick of the wrist, it'll get you that fade in there nice and tight. This, you're taking everything off really smoothly. You can also get like a straight, just balding clipper, but this for me is pretty darn tight. And then you can hit it up if you have a foil, or even with your TL liners, you can go in there and do it as well. Everybody does it differently. There's no real right or wrong. I guess that depends who you ask. Just cleaning up underneath the underneath part of my beard. All right, sorry, enough dead air. So I was in the zone. I forgot I was recording real quick. So underneath, I'll go ahead and kind of line it up. And what I'll normally do, I'll start right down the middle. Set that as my guide right there. And then I'll follow that and go all the way around. Follow that around. Follow that around. I prefer a little bit kind of more rounded off a little bit underneath, as opposed to like a straight up like Lego piece. So I just kind of just follow the natural growth pattern of my beard and go up. And then same thing on this side. And then I'll just kind of go through and just clean that up. And I usually honestly only do this maybe once, twice a week, depending on how much time, or how much time I have into, if I feel like keeping up with it. I don't want to say that I've been slacking because there's nowhere to go, but sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not really going out in public that often. Not really going to go see a lot of people to see my clients, but I got to make sure I look good for the wife. So cleaning myself up today, figured I have time. So I'm seeing that I need to still blend a little bit. It's a little bit heavy, like right in there. So I'm going to clean that up. Like I said, I'm going to go in with a 2.5. And sometimes, like I said, I'll just go in on an angle. Can you kind of see the angle I'm going in? And just using the corner. And sometimes I'll even go the other way too. I'm just using the corner of the clippers to clean it up. And I'm digging that. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And then lastly, just going to line myself up. As you can see, right there, I need to clean myself up. Since I broke my Andes, I'm using these wall detail liners. They're pretty nice. I like the Andes. I just like the feel in my hand. These are really nice too, and the blade's pretty sharp, and they do a really nice job of detailing like your beard. If you're a civilian out there watching this, I would definitely recommend to step your game up and get even just something like this compared to if you have something that you bought at like the local drugstore or big box store. You probably got some Norelco or a cheaper consumer style like tool, like TL liner like this or clipper. Just spend the extra $20-$30 and get a really professional geared one. You can probably find these online anywhere from like $50 to $70. You go to a big box store, they'll probably still spend a good $30-$40. You might as well spend it on the good stuff. You get what you pay for with anything in life. So if you come here to get a haircut, you're gonna get a darn good haircut because you're paying for quality. It's not about the quantity. So, and this guy, I've had this for years. If anything down the road, you might need to, if you keep up with the maintenance. Whether I always clean off my tools. I have my clipper side. I spray them down. This one's nice. This is like you can get a brand name one, but they all do the same thing for me. It's germicidal, fungicidal, virucidal. Just don't spray this on yourself thinking you're not going to get the Roni. It's not for that. And then, just have your little oil and then you oil them. If you can't do it after every haircut, at least do it every night before you go home. Ideally, you want to do it after every haircut. That's going to maintain the life of your tool, of the sharpness on the blade. And then from time to time, take your blades apart, clean out the inside, because that's where they get all just clogged up with hair from, all the haircuts that you do. And then you can mess around with your blade a little bit to see how close you want to gap it. These were actually so sharp that when I gapped them so tight that they were kind of leaving little scratch marks. So I had to go in and kind of mess around and not get it as crispy because I don't want to irritate my client's skin, and especially myself too. I noticed I was even irritating myself a little bit when I was lining myself up. So you want to avoid that. So just mess around with the blade. That way you kind of also get to learn how your tool works, and get yourself. I keep these handy. These tiny little screwdrivers. And you can get in there because those are tiny little screws. But anyways, enough about that. I'm gonna clean myself up. And honestly, what I do is I will tug up on my skin a little bit because that'll kind of get me closer to get that line that I'm trying to put in there. So when I let the line go, it'll be all lined up nicely instead of trying to follow that curve. Because a lot of times what happens, used to happen to me, is like you'll try to get the line that's going good, and right here you'll fall into like a trouble spot, and then you can't get it quite right, so you keep going at it, and then you'll get this lower, and now you got to come back and fix this part, and then you went in too far here, and now where it's like it was nice and just thick and followed the natural hair growth pattern, now it's like you got this super skinny line, and it's all the way down here, and you got this line. So that's why I just figured lift it a little bit and just kind of follow that line right through there. You let it go and boom, you got that line that you're looking for. And then stop. Just, I've learned this. I am a perfectionist, and Just take a deep breath and just walk away. Because the more you keep going at it, you're just going to completely mess this up. And then now you're going to have two sides completely off balance. This side will look really good. Because you're always going to have a dominant side where this one's probably going to be easier for you. This one's going to be harder for you to do. And because you're trying to fix this side, now it's going to be off with this side. And it's either like, A, I just let it be and let it grow back out. Or you're going to try to match this side up. Now you're going to mess this side up and your beard's going to look a little bit jacked. So, gentlemen, just stop. It'll grow back and you can redo it, and depending on how fast your hair grows, in 3 days to like 5, 6, 7 days, you know. And I honestly just line myself up maybe once a week. Like I said, 2 at most when I'm starting to get really grizzly. But like I said, it'll grow back. It's hair. Boom. That's it. That's all she wrote. And then I'll probably just clean up a little bit around here because I didn't shave today. And that's it. Took what? 10, 15 seconds. And also, gentlemen, when you're going in there, just use the corner of it. You don't have, like, that gives you a little bit more give. Because if you just started, like, boom, right there, and you put the line, you know, not straight, now this whole thing's going to be off. So I try to go in little by little. Just little by little, inch it across, get the line right. Now, if you get to the point where you're really skilled, then yeah, you could just pull it because I don't have it on, but no, I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to mess up my beard and looking at the camera and trying to get this done, but you get the point that I'm talking to you about. Like, you can get in there and do it. Set the line, and then just clean up that corner and clean up that other little corner, and you're good to go. It just depends on you, on how comfortable you are doing this. So that's this side. You guys can see. Still got a little bit of like my mulletino going. The top, I'm just going to kind of leave it. Maybe it might need a little trim off the top, but I'm just kind of wearing hats, and I just go for I just rolled out of bed look, to be honest. There's no product in here, just I had a hat on. But I got to go in, and you can see the difference. This side isn't done. Like I said, my hair wasn't that long, and then this is the side that I just cleaned up. Clean side. Not cut side. Beard. Not too bad. Like usually maybe every other day I'll just kind of hit up with like a razor, so just come as close as I can without actually lining myself up with like the razor, because those 3 blades will mess you up. So if you ever do try to line yourself up with a razor blade, or a razor, get the single blade, just little disposable ones, and try it with that. Or at one point, if you ever get that skilled, where is my you can get yourself one of these bad boys, and you would just get the disposable blade. You would pop, the blade in there, put that over it, clasp it, and then, you can go to town and line it up with a disposable blade. That's one, if this truly becomes like a fun hobby for you to line yourself up, that's where you can move it into this category. But if you're just looking to just have a little bit of like somewhat cleaned up look, honestly, you can accomplish that with this and call it a day. So yeah, oh wow, I'm almost at 25 minutes. So I'm going to cut this side short. I'm going to cut this video short, and I'm going to finish doing this side. Hope you enjoy this little quick haircut tutorial. If you decide to cut your own hair, I've been doing hair now for almost 8 years, so I'm pretty comfortable and confident using the clippers. If you've never held hair clippers, I would recommend that you go to your local hair cutting professional, someone like me, and have them cut your hair, because it's probably not going to end up pretty, and you're probably going to end up with just a buzz in your whole head. So I'll leave it at that. But if you want to practice, go for it. Like I said, I mean, it's hair. It'll grow back. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. Have a great day. This is Joey coming at you from Joey Studio. Take care, guys.